WQAM.
His first maybe 3 solo albums
were trash.
What?
Wow, disgusted Leroy. He just backed off.
Michael needed Quincy to save his ass. Come on, man. I'm talking about you. Talk about his first 3 albums
off the wall.
That wasn't his first 3 albums.
No, what was his first single?
Not the first single. Michael had bad albums, and it was almost curtain times for Michael.
I thought Off the Wall was his first.
No, it wasn't.
When he did the Motown 25.
Got ourselves a real Mike McDaniel Tua situation. Who fixed who?
Oh, Quincy felt Michael.
No. That's a fact. That's
around.
a fact. We not even. Quincy Jones, man, he was one of them producers that was in the back but touched everything. Everything.
If your name's Quincy, you're fixing things.
You know what's funny?
What? You don't have any friends named Quincy.
A professor of mine was called Quincy.
He was
my favorite.
Professor. His last name was Quincy, so he's Professor Quincy, or his first name was Quincy.
Last name.
No, that doesn't count. Because here's why. If your last name is Quincy, I'm having trouble determining if you're an intangible or not. But if your first name is Quincy, oh, he's one of us.
Wasn't there a doctor? Wasn't there a show called Dr. Quincy?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, like an old white doctor.
But the last name makes it harder to
differentiate between a brother and a
but if your first name Quincy.
Is Quinn Ewer's first name Quincy?
No, it's Quinn.
It's
Are
Quinn.
you sure?
Yeah.
Are we sure he didn't shorten it?
That's Quinn.
What if there was an old time Texas blood?
Quinn is about as intangible as you could get.
I understand, but we're saying there's 0 shot. I'll look this up on Wikipedia in a second.
0 shot.
There's 0 chance that Quinn Ewer's actual name is Quincy.
No chance.
Quinn is
Quinn Tucker yours.
Quinn is in.
That's right.
Wait,
Quinn
Tucker. Wait, so
you thought it was Quincy?
So look, when he thought it could have been Quincy, he started leading towards the middle, right? But then he pronounced it intangible.
Quinn is in the same ballpark of Dylan and and the Brandons and
yes. Now why? So there's Brendan, and is with O? Do O and A
the
or
E and the A, man?
E and the A,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I don't respect the DONs or the DENs. DAN is how it's supposed to be spelled.
Is DAN not DON?
No.
Or DN?
DON is specifically supposed to be for Brandon. BRANDON.
He's a Don.
If you're a Brendan, BRENDAN. If you're anything else, you're an idiot.
You're Dan. Basically, if you're a DAN. Oh, damn, you just
it just makes no sense. Tier says Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. She wasn't Dr. Quincy?
Yeah, Dr. Quinn. Quinn. I didn't know was so her last name was Quinn though.
Yeah, Dr. Quinn, medicine woman.
Yeah. Her last name was Quinn.
What about Coach Quinn? Menu says Menu 631.
Coach Quinn.
Coach Chris Quinn.
Quincy.
Chris Quincy.
Chris Quincy.
He's back to Kawaba weight. He said Quiz Quinn. You just can't.
Admittedly, a tongue twister.
Wait, but it's Chris Quinn, last name.
No, I'm saying I know. Maybe he lopped it off.
No.
Chris Quincy would be funny.
Chris Quincy.
Chris Quincy may have maybe a head coach already.
Hey, you know I'm mixed, right?
Goes down as one of the funniest intros of all time. That was former Heat guard Tyler Johnson just
he gave us that information.
Didn't ask.
You know I'm mixed, right?
He just didn't get out the oven quickly. He got out the oven quickly. That's all.
My believe it or not, my grandmother is almost white. Yeah. I'll show you a picture.
Oh, well, you from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Some type of Creole.
We got red bones, but
Yeah.
you know what she would say? Because, she told real stories. She said, you see, your great-grandmother is my color, and I'm light like this. How the hell do you think we got this color?
So she made you do critical thinking.
She broke it down like that, huh?
She made you do critical thinking. That's all.
She would tell, man, let me tell you. My grandmother would tell me stories about how she lived and her mother lived and how her grandfather came from Ghana with bullet wounds on his he got shot and went right through his, like, missed his whole head, just went right through his mouth, missed all his teeth, and he had like scars on both sides looking African, right? You know how they have the scars like Seal, but he had some real life tragedy.
Seal the singer.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Sure.
Seal got Heidi Klum, bro.
He
Huh?
did.
He got Heidi Klum.
Yeah, he had it for a minute. They had what, 3 kids?
It don't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
He kissed like a rose.
And that was the funniest commercial of the Super Bowl.
I did enjoy that, the Mountain Dew Seal commercial. I'm surprised that he's probably been offered that how many times.
Yeah.
Probably been, he's like, we got an idea for you. He goes, Mountain Dew's bringing the bag, Seal. He goes, all right, I guess it's finally time to do it. Mike McDaniel. This was his.
Okay. Do I need to?
I think, well, this was what Mike McDaniel had to say on Darren Waller. And will this finally be the week that we see Darren Waller? Here's what the Dolphins head coach had to say about that.
Yeah, this is where we thought a realistic assessment would be made, and we're kind of making that daily. I don't. I'm expecting it, to see him sooner than later. I had kind of in the back of my mind it would be this week, but I'm not going to just put him out there this week and just because I said it before. I'm hopeful, but it's very soon. We're just making sure that all of our ducks are in a row before we take that listing off them.
That was painful.
So while he was talking, I was trying to picture to myself what is really going on in his mind.
I don't know.
You thought the same thing, right? He was trying to come up with a lie. He couldn't figure out the lie. That's a lot of Come on, this guy.
How does he not know though? Like,
Exactly.
you don't know that's going to get asked.
I think there's people that ramble like that, and part of the reason is they're thinking about answering the follow-up questions in the first answer. And so if you notice, he kind of rambles.
Well,
It happens a lot.
No, I
I
get
know
you.
a lot of people like that.
I get you, but also he'll just do that more than anybody else. Like he just feels like the ignition gets stuck.
But guess what? You know what I've very rarely heard with Mike McDaniel? Follow-up questions.
Because you can't get another one
But that's
in.
my point.
Well, I'm going to tell you, as somebody who listens to all his press conferences to cut them up, there's too many questions. Because like he answered one yesterday, Leroy. It legitimately went. I'm not even joking about this. It went for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and I was like,
it was probably the easiest.
It was just gobbledygook, and it just like, is Darren Waller practicing this week? How about you'll see? Like, I'm not gonna say stick to what. Maybe this is what I was thinking. It's like a robot. Like it's like his iPhone didn't update.
It's like he's about to crash.
Yeah, right. It's like exactly. It's like he's on iPhone 8.
Yeah, it's like I know what I said, but maybe I was thinking about it, but I don't really want to say because I'm a football coach.
That was crazy.
Malfunctioning.
Whew. All right.
We all have to get our minds right for his pressers.
So let's hear some more. This was him on. Did the Dolphins? This was this presser was after the news that Xavier Howard signed with the Colts, and he was asked, "Did you kick the tires on a reunion?"
I think inherent in our job responsibilities is that we, consider everything. So, I think, every move we make a ton of moves that we don't make, if that makes sense. So, you consider everything, if that's true, that's happy for X. And, there's a lot that goes into the final roster. One of which is evaluating your guys fully, and then also have it, there's opportunities every day that you're going against, you're grading your guys versus whoever is available. That's just the nature of the National Football League. And then you have another cut down date where there's more of that goes on. But, I would say the best way to answer it is it's kind of inherent in our responsibilities to consider all those things.
Yo, his wifey deserves a medal.
Do we have cricket sounds somewhere?
Nah, his wifey deserves a medal. His wife deserves a medal. She deserves a special place in heaven, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. There is no way you can get in an argument with that man and have not go crazy with his long, spaced out answers.
No, she needs to like put a canteen and a backpack for that journey.
Dude, it's a simple answer. It's a simple question. Did you kick the tires on possibly bringing Xavier Howard back? We did take account. We look at everybody. We just didn't feel it was the right time. Boom, that is done. All the questions that are asked are 15-second replies.
Or we looked into it. Yeah, we looked into it.
Come on, man.
But I'm happy for X. He just said it. Like, I'm happy for him. Now, also, there's cut down dates and 900 dates. We have to get our roster to this at this date. And
Can I just tell you,
4 workouts.
Sounds like a dial-up.
This is, in all honesty, for guys like Mike McDaniel, this becomes more difficult. When you got to cut 37 guys or 30 plus guys in one cut, that means you got to have a lot of conversations. Now, for a guy like Mike McDaniel, you need to break it down in parts. Like, it should be cut down to this number, cut down to this number.
You need a
But
puree.
the reason why they don't do it, and I know why they don't do it, is because when you get to those last couple of games, when it was 4 games, or that last game before the season, you don't have enough guys to practice. So now, depending on what positions they cut, you got your starters doing scout team too.
Wayne says, why do we care so much? This man is so much smarter than everybody on the stream. Listen, I understand that he went to Yale.
I see, and
I understand.
Everything that I've ever said about Mike McDaniel, I've always said the guy is smart. Okay, nobody's questioning that.
He's just not a clear orator.
However, we all have people. I'll give you a perfect example. Robert Smith.
Your former teammate?
One of my closest friends.
He's not a wrap it up guy?
He is a wrap it up guy, but he's smart. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have conversations with him and you're like, why? Like, I'm just like, no, I don't want to talk about that. I don't care about the stars and how they line up and whatever. I want to talk about Looney Tunes or, we're just different in that. And sometimes Mike McDaniel, the way he thinks and the way he talks to other people, he's just on a whole nother. And so, yeah.
Do you want to know how he thinks?
How does he think?
This.
Yep.
This is how he looks like when he thinks.
Yeah.
Yep. Very confused.
Can I ask a question? Can you go back to that last picture?
He looks like a mean Mark Anthony.
No, but
what would Socrates say to that?
I got to tell you, that son been kicking his ass.
Oh no, he's getting
Wait,
time out. No. Isn't he part brother?
His father, I believe. Yes.
Okay. So
yeah, there it is. The court is coming out.
So, dude, I guess we will complain. We'll claim him.
I think
Can we make a trade?
Didn't the league claim him? Because I think the Dolphins got like a draft pick for signing him.
Can we make a trade?
I'm not even joking about that.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Because okay.
We can't make a trade.
What do you want to trade?
I don't know. You saw the Chappelle show, right? We can't.
Yeah.
We can't trade Mike McDaniel. I'll trade Mike McDaniel for Sean McVay.
We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. 104.3 WQAM is the YouTube handle. On Twitch, it's Miami 104.3 WQAM. We're on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps. And, of course, now here on the FM dial on 104.3 FM. WQAM. More Tobin and Leroy after this. Here was Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel. He says it was basically a walkthrough practice, meaning players went half speed the entire session. There was an 11-on-11 drill and some 7-on-7 work, but players were in shells as opposed to whole pads. Tight end Darren Waller remains on the physically unable to perform list. He was spotted on the sideline. He didn't work with trainers on the side in front of the media. He also not participating. Tyreek Hill, Devon Achane, cornerback Kendall Sheffield, Dante Trader, their rookie safety, who they're very fired up about, but they're slow rolling, like something that they don't know. They have not disclosed the injury though. Yeah, nobody. Oh, and Austin Jackson remains out. Nobody else star-studded.
I mean, we didn't think Austin Jackson was that star-studded until he wasn't playing.
You want stock up, stock down?
You know very well he does not.
Okay.
You know,
But
Question.
anyway,
Question.
we all do.
Do you think it's a little bit insulting to your boy to do stock up, stock down in a walkthrough?
No.
Stock up,
I hate you.
according to Chris Perkins. The secondary. Again, it was a glorified walkthrough, but they had a few snapshots of good coverage, likely causing sacks or throwaways for Tua.
Perk. There's a couple of things that's going to drive me crazy with you, my man. One, you literally complain about the Spotters having too much meat on their sandwich. I will never let you outlive that one.
Wait, what did he say?
I don't like the Spotters. They put too much meat on the sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
He did right.
who complains about the spotters?
Perk.
Too
Too much meat. And second of all, if nobody's running, it's easier to cover them.
They did get covered though.
I'm just, he says it was a glorified walkthrough.
You want stock down?
But guys, wait,
Oh,
there's stock down? Well, if you're going to give stock, if you're giving
Why
stock
does that-
up to a walkthrough practice about a guy being covered in walkthrough, then I guess stock down would be what? Oh, the receivers couldn't get free?
No, he says none. This was basically a cleanup day for things that gave the offense and defense problems against
Then how
Chicago.
can you have stock up?
I'm mad at Chris
Right,
Perkins.
The scale.
I'm mad at Chris
The
Perkins now.
scale. If there's stock up, there's stock down.
Agreed. And that's why I have a problem with you now, Perk, because if you're going to go out here and give us stock up, don't you dare not give us stock down. I demand
Hey.
stock down. You tell
Hey.
me somebody whose stock went
Can I-
down.
Can I just say this? If he's giving us a stock down in a walkthrough, I'm going to just go on the limb and say that guy will not make the roster.
I do not want to
Right?
hear.
If you get stock down in a walkthrough, yeah.
Sheesh.
Why did you do that?
I just reading the news, baby. Just reading the news.
Daniel Jones, the name starter.
This is legitimately the number one story today. You want to talk about August 19th? The number one story on every show today is Daniel Jones.
That's good for you guys. You know who you're facing in
It is good.
week one.
It is good. Not
But-
surprising.
Wouldn't you rather face the wild card? The guy who
He beat you last year.
everybody in the state. Yeah.
Nip that in the bud right there.
He did. He did beat them. Crazy. Oh, man. That was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough. You want to hear some more Mike McDaniel?
Not really.
He
I
talked
mean,
about yesterday, he got deep with everybody. And he talked about advice that he learned from Pete Carroll. I don't believe the advice was get the hell out of the NCAA before they catch you. But here is what it was.
he gave that advice to Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
It's fine. Wait, can I just say this? All of those coaches, except for
Wait a minute,
Ohio
this is-
State coaches, they're all out west.
Oh, yeah.
They all start out west.
You want to hear your boy before we get to Mike McDaniel? You want to hear Harbaugh?
Sure.
Jim, do you have any comment on the latest sanctions from the NCAA?
Like I said to you last year, not engaging.
That's it.
I love how you said it.
I'm not engaging.
I'm not engaging. Like I told you last year, not engaging.
Not
Because
engaging.
once they start,
It's over.
once it start, the questions never stop. That's why you can't start.
Mhm.
And they're gonna keep peppering with questions.
This was Mike McDaniel on advice that he has held close to his heart from Pete Carroll.
whether it's individual players or teams, I think there's a reason why there's so many surprises each and every football year. And that's, you know, how many times has everyone predicted the correct order of each division winner and who's second, third, or fourth? And
Buffalo.
how many times are there surprise players that well, that's all because there's a ton of work post 2024, and and people change every year. Pete Carroll once told me, like my first owners meetings, that he's like, one thing that you can't ever forget is that everyone, you can't assume that people are the same every year after every off season.
Ice cream.
That was
Dude, I was
some deep advice from Pete Carroll.
Every year since the beginning of the expansion, which is 1990.
Yeah.
Of the playoffs. Every year, there has been 4 new teams in, at minimum 4 new teams out.
Mm-hmm.
For the last 5 or 6 years, it's been 6. Okay? Now, you could explain that however you want. He went kind of long-winded about it.
Shocking.
And basically could have said, listen, every team that you think is going to be good is not always going to be good. And every team that you think is going to be terrible is not always going to be terrible. That's why you put all this work in, because you hope that you're one of those teams that can turn it around. Right? I would say this. There's 4 or 5 teams, or let me say 3 or 4 teams in both conferences that you know going to be in the mix some kind of way. Right? There's 3 or 4 teams that you know are going to be absolutely terrible.
For sure, you know that the Chiefs, Bills, Ravens are all going to be in the mix.
Right.
And in the AFC and the NFC, it's probably Lions, Eagles, Commanders?
Lions, Eagles, Commanders.
No,
Rams,
see,
Rams.
you can't do that.
What?
They did well last year,
Okay.
but that's 1 year. So you can't all of a sudden put them in the upper echelon of play, even though they could return. I'm not saying they can't.
We did that with
But
Houston last year.
that's 1 year. So you know who we do that with every year?
Hmm?
Cincinnati. Cincinnati is Cincinnati for a reason.
You know why? Because they got a quarterback.
Okay, but guess what? He's been in the playoffs once.
3 times.
He's been in the playoffs 3 times.
3 times?
He's only, but he has not the last 2.
Okay.
What about
So like, yeah, he to go around and talk around all
any of the
that.
West teams? Rams,
No,
Niners.
no.
Why?
I'm talking about guaranteed
That's
teams.
what I'm saying.
Philly,
Rams are
So
guaranteed.
Philly and Detroit are the only ones for you.
Philly, Detroit.
Green Bay.
Put Minnesota in there?
No,
I'm putting Green Bay in there.
they got a new quarterback.
Oh, I'll tell you.
You putting Green Bay?
Yeah, Jordan Love. They've been in the playoff the last 2 years since the 2 years that he's
Okay.
played. And I'm putting Baker because they've won the division the last 3 years. They've won the division.
But that's by default.
No, they're going to make the
It don't
playoff. but
matter by default.
when he says Vlad, when he says be a player, I mean like
There's teams that no matter what, you know they're going to be there.
They're a threat to make the conference finals. Like, do you think Baker Mayfield's a threat?
Yes.
Okay.
Tampa has a very good team.
Guaranteed?
Now, I'm not saying guarantee. You saying do they have a chance? Yes. They're a team that a couple of the Eagles nor the Lions wanted to face because they match up well
So
against them.
we've pretty much figured there's 7 or 8 teams of the 32 teams that you can count on that's going to be in the mix some kind of way. There are going to be a couple of new teams, right? That's going to maybe challenge for that. And then there's probably 6 or 7 teams that you know are going to be terrible. Now, somewhere in the middle, those teams always adjust. Like Minnesota has a good team. I'm not even disputing that. But they just went to a new quarterback. You have no idea. So you can't just pencil them in without knowing what McCarthy's going to do during the regular season.
No, I'm with you. Odyssey Sports training camp coverage, by the way, brought to you nationally by Geico. Switch and save and get more with Geico. We'll take a break. Get you 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored next.